Today we'll discuss about the real reasons behind the impact of extreme events that are becoming the new normals. The impacts of extreme events like flood, waterlogging, landslides, etc. are now a regular phenomena all over the world. Nowadays these events are considered as certain rather than uncertain. Why? The number of extreme events that has taken place in the last 10 years is far more compared to that in the last 50 years. So it's a clear sign that there is some abnormalities or some vulnerabilities present in the climate of the recent times. It is not only the in India, it is observed everywhere in the world, be it Japan, be it China, be it Philippines, be it America, be it Europe, be it in the Australia, everywhere this type of extremities is observed. And after a extreme climatic event like storm or heavy rainfall, the result is more dangerous than the events itself. For example, after a cyclone or a hurricane or uh, some extreme climatic events, what follows is heavy rainfall, heavy downpour. So that result in flooding, waterlogging of different areas, landslides in hilly regions, and which causes lakhs of people to either lose their settlements or even some of them are some of them are killed in this as the effect of these extremities. So overall we can say the number of refugees due to natural disasters are increasing steadily from the last 10 years. The increase is very fast now. Increase in number is very rapid now compared to the initial 5 years of the last 10 years. Take the example of some landslides. 30th July 2024, Kerala landslide, in which more than 300 people get killed and many more has been displaced from their homeland or where they had stayed from their birth or from their childhood. In case of Himachal Pradesh also in 11th August 2024, massive landslides were observed. Flooding is observed in Germany, Afghanistan, Oman, Uruguay, Argentina. Cyclonic storms, these are not the effect. Cyclonic storms are the cause, like Rimal on May 25 to 27th. It devastated eastern India, east and northeast India also. Then comes Hamun, October. I think actually it has come before Remal. Hamun, Hamun is has occurred from October 23 to 25 in the year of 2023. Before that, Before Joy, June 6 to 16. There, before that is Mocha, 11 May to 14th May 2023. And as a result of cyclonic storm, all cyclonic storm is followed by a heavy rainfall, heavy downpour. And for this downpour, actually, these floods take place, flooding take place, as well as waterlogging take place. As for example, is the Bengaluru waterlogging in 12th August 2024 after a heavy downpour. Yes, that is not a byproduct of the cyclonic storms. The downpour is so devastating that it created massive waterlogging all over the city of Bangalore. And in the same date, in Gurugram also waterlogging has taken place. And this list is unending. But if we observe carefully, we can see in the last 5 years, all these vulnerabilities or natural disasters are taking place in the month of June to October. And you can confidently bookmark these June, July, August, September, October, these 4 months where extreme events will take place. So, extreme events that are once considered to be rarest of rare phenomenon, which causes widespread disruptions, are now increasingly commonplace and regarded as normal occurrences, at least during those 4 months. Now, my question is, what is the real cause of such events? Whether it is the effect of El Nino or La Nina, whether it is the impact of climate change, the regular pattern of climate is changing, or it is a result of rapid urbanization, or is it a result of wide scale deforestation, or is it a result of uncontrolled extraction of natural resources, or you may also attribute it to the large scale conversion of land use. The forest land is converted into agricultural land is converted into rural land, rural land is converted into urban land. So, what is the main cause? So, to explain the real cause or to point out or identify the real cause of these events, you must understand that there is two aspects to this. One is the effect. Effects are what? Flooding, waterlogging, landslides, and what are the causes? Heavy downpour, thunderstorms, cyclones, hurricanes. Generally, all thunderstorms, all cyclones and hurricanes follows heavy downpour. মানে first the storm will take place, then heavy rainfall will occur. Now the problem is when this heavy downpour takes place, the flooding, waterlogging, or landslides take place also. I will say why. You know, the main culprit is the drainage system of our watersheds. By drainage network, I refer to the rivers, channels, canals, right? The entire river network of the watersheds, including the channels, canals, and the sewage network of the cities or of the rural areas also. They are clogged. They are blocked. The water cannot flow through it smoothly. Why? Due to the decrease in depth from increased siltation. Due to erosion, what happens is that eroded soil comes with the water, and at the low flow of the river, low at the or what I can say, not in the low flow, at the from upstream to downstream, near to downstream, as there is a change in the velocity of flow, those soil particles which are suspended and carried from upstream, they are deposited due to this change in flow rate, which decreases the depth of the channels, canals, river network, all this, and also the sewage network. Now, the main reason of the blockage of sewage network is not only the suspended soil particles. The main reason of blockage of sewage network is all the organic and inorganic waste that is generated from industrial, domestic, as well as agricultural outputs or agricultural entities. Industries release a lot of toxic waste into the river channels. In that toxic waste, or what which we say as wastewater, lots of amount of inorganic waste is there, like plastics, then what I say, uh, uh, plastic material, plastic glasses, plastic bottles, and also there are clothings, tissues, and lots of things there, ribbons, lots of inorganic waste is there like this. And from domestic, there are lots of domestic waste released. Agricultural entities release fertilizers or pesticides, mixed water into the river canal. So all these actually add to the congestion of the sewage network or the irrigation canals or irrigation channels, right? So what I mean is, if I make an analogy with the blood flow in our arteries or the blood vessels, there also when fats are deposited, when the fats build up in our arteries or blood vessels, what happens? The blood vessels become clogged and blocked. মানে, it is implied that if you clog the artery, it will be blocked for any type of flow. So the blood flow or the flow rate of blood become compromised. It decreases. As a result, what can happen? As a result, blood can flow in the reverse order. Instead of flowing from up to down, blood can flow down to up because he is not getting any path in the downstream, so it may backflow, right? And this backflow of blood is one of the major reason for heart or cerebral attack, if I am not wrong. And sometimes also this due to this congestion in the blood channels, what happens? Enough amount of blood does not reaches into our heart or into our brain. So that also causes cerebral or heart attack, right? And this congestion also can cause ruptures in the blood vessel because if the blood cannot flow through the vessel, what it will try? It will try to push its way through the blood vessels, and as a result, if the amount of blood is very high, then it can break the blood vessels or damage the blood vessels, right? So this may also happen. And another thing can happen is blood spill. As you are not allowing the blood to flow away, what will happen? It will try to overflow. So same as the flow of blood through the blood vessels or arteries, or same thing when water flows through a drainage network, if you block that drainage or if you decrease the depth of that ne- network or the flow path, then what will happen when large amount of water comes into that drain, it will either overflow or it will try to push through it through the network, and it may try to, as it is not getting the its main path clear due to those blocking materials, what it will try to do, it will try to create a lateral flow. It will try to keep pressure into the walls of the canal, right, on the perimeter of the canal, weighted perimeter. And as a result, what happens? It may damage the walls of the canal also, or it may cause, due to this excessive pressure, it may cause landslides if the canals are located into the hills. And also, there is one other thing it can cause is, you know, it can backflow. So this backflow, where backflow means the water will start to flow in the reverse order, and as a result, ultimately the water will come back to the source, or come back to the location from where it is released. So ultimately, it can cause waterlogging, right? And when water overflows the canals due to the uh, what is it? Due to the less depth than required, so that actually causes flood. Because if you are flowing water through a channel, and if you are blocking its forward path, forward flow path, then what it will do? It will try to come laterally, and as a result, it will not get the lateral flow because there is wall there, wall of the canal is there. So it will ultimately over spills into the what into the watershed, into the land area, and it will ultimately causes the flood, right? So the problem is when extreme events like thunderstorms or cyclones or hurricanes take place, followed by heavy rainfall or simple heavy downpour is taking place, the amount of water becomes very high. But the path to carry out the water is not sufficient due to clogging or blocking of the channel from waste products, or for deposition of silt into the channel, and as a result, the depth has decreased. So flooding or waterlogging or landslide take place. Now, to mitigate the frequency of occurrence of flooding, waterlogging, and landslide, what we have to do is we need to desilt the drainage system, and also we have to expand the drainage network. So the desilt will allow the excess water to flow through the existing network, because it will get more area to flow. And this additional flow path, if you increase the drainage network, it will provide the additional path. And as the water is also additional, the water can easily flow through the additional path of the network. Okay, now comes to the problem. We all know, we may know, or we all know that if we desilt or expand our drainage network, flooding, waterlogging can be avoided. But the problem is our governments have turned blind to such proposals. I don't know, but I think this is the main reason why we are not taking care of our drainage network. We are neither desilting it, nor we are creating new networks. The existing network is there. If you take the example of the Kolkata, which is the metro city in East India, the same British era sewage network is still working. After independence, some minimum amount of network was added there, but ultimately, in the last 10 to 12 years, there is no development. There is no addition of excess path, additional path for water to flow there. There is no desiltation work going on, but number of people staying in Calcutta is increasing. It is increasing at an exponential rate, and they are releasing waste at exponential rate. But there is no way you can release that waste to through the existing channel network. So what happens? All are depositing in the channel network itself. So the depth is decreasing. Water is not getting clear path to flow. Now what happened is waterlogging. In city you will face waterlogging. In urban rural area you can face flooding. In hilly region you will face landslides. So that is the case in Himachal Pradesh, Kerala also, in Wayanad, where the landslide uh, occurred on the 30th July 2024. In Kerala, Wayanad, it is first becoming one of the most popular tourist places. And in an uncontrolled manner, in that Wayanad region, they are making resorts, they are increasing homestays, they are deforesting, and they are developing hotels and restaurants and all this, because there are number of tourists has increased manifold in the last 5 years at those areas. But what it is happening is, you are not increasing the drainage network, you are not desilting your river, you are not desilting your irrigation channels and canals. As a result, what is happening is that excess water is coming due to that downpour. Heavy downpour take place. From one day, heavy rainfall has occurred in that Wenar area. But what happened is, there is no flow, no path for the excess water to flow. And yes, existing network cannot withstand this excess water, because they are designed as per the uh, extreme rainfall or the peak rainfall of the 100 years or 50 years. But nowadays, this heavy rainfall is breaking all the records. So those rainfall are more than 100-year return period, 200-year return period, or more than that. So they are extremely rare. Earlier, we do not face such kind of rainfall, but nowadays it is common. We are facing every other day during this month of June to September. Okay, sorry, June to October. So, what the result of my discussion, or very objective of my discussion, was to appeal to the governments, either state or central, to immediately take measures to desilt the river, irrigation channels, sewage network that are available in all the cities of the of India or any other parts of the world. And also, not only desiltation, but you have to add drainage network to your existing drainage network, because the rainfall for which the existing drainage network is designed, this is now overtaken. Now, this overtaking of peak rainfall of the last 100 years, yes, this can be attributed to either El Nino or La Nina effect, or impact of climate change, or rapid urbanization, or deforestation, or uncontrolled extraction of natural resources. Okay, but there is a solution. You have to use some fund, right? And you have to use that fund to develop our drainage system, our drainage net. So, bye for now, and let us see what happens. Kindly comment with your opinion regarding this situation. Thank you, and see you next time.